This is a real interesting question. So this is music related, and I got asked, who was a better signing for said act? Was it Michael McDonald to the Doobie Brothers, or was it Johnny Gill to New Edition? Oh, this is a good one. Which one do I think was a better pickup? This is tough because they both fit in greatly. Michael McDonald had been doing session works and so on and so forth, but I hadn't really been acquainted with his solo career per se. What he got with the Doobie Brothers, he did the solo career after the fact, and that's when it emerged, And of course, as a songwriter and a vocalist and soulfulness, but I think being with the Doobie Brothers helped his career in terms of getting him to the next level because he was a strong front man. But it was a wonder that how that all worked out. It really fit in really good. And I think that it obviously propelled him, but it was a strong support within the context of the Doobie Brothers. So it was a win-win situation in that regard because he could hit with them, and of course the solo career turned out it can make wonders. So I thought that was a win-win. I thought, hey, he had the right voice and the right balance. So it was like he was in a balance, but he wasn't never going to be too big. His voice was, but it was soulful. However, it was going to have certain limitations because his vocals were so distinctive, but it didn't necessarily equate to a career. Now, try to understand what I just said because that's kind of how it was with his career. It never quite loaned itself to his voice and to what was captured with him, but it was something that kind of hit like that. So, if you can understand what I just said, good luck. Then it makes sense to you. If not, then you just as confused as I was for saying it. But that's kind of how I looked at it. Now we get to Johnny Gill. Johnny Gill's situation was he did the solo career. He did do Perfect Combination with Stacey Lattisaw. So he did have a solo outing and a duet thing. But his problem was he sounded like a grown man trying to sound like a teenager. Most cats his age was trying to sound like Michael Jackson nasally. He was up here trying to sound like Teddy Pendergrass, and the material didn't quite work. And his persona was kind of corny, and he wasn't quite there yet. Took a while for it to fit, so he had to go to New Edition, get some seasoning, and to get it together in terms of crafting himself as a solo act. I really believe, and it did wonders. It did wonders. He replaced Bobby Brown in the group and working with Ralph and them, and it did wonders. He hit his mother low when he went on that debut out with that Johnny Gill record. He came through. Now the question is, who was the better pickup for both? Both of them needed in different ways, but I'm gonna say it did more for the Doobie Brothers. I think New Edition would have been fine regardless. Now they would have been down Bobby and they've been down Johnny. But one thing about these cats, they can come back and they have been one of the most distinctive acts ever for being able to have multiple solo careers and side projects and do the nine. And that's the uniqueness thing about the New Edition situation. There's room for everybody to hit. Whereas with the Doobie Brothers, you'd be hard pressed. I mean, you might know Jeff Bass, the guitar player. You might know a couple of their members, but you'd be hard pressed to act like Michael McDonald didn't become the end all be all there. You'd be very hard pressed to the average head because his voice, his tone, his feel took him to another level. Not saying Johnny Gill didn't do it for New Edition, but if I'm asking who was the bigger pickup for said acts, it was Michael McDonald for the Doobie Brothers because it became instant hits and instantaneous. New Edition did sell their biggest record ever with Any Heartbreak, and they did have a good run with everything. However, they already was established before there was Johnny Gill, and that's the cold, hard facts. And they still had a distinctive thing, and it still was balling in line on what Ralph Tresvant was going to do. So I still say New Edition gets was going to be straight, but the Doobie Brothers won it because they got Michael McDonald. But you tell me who was the bigger pickup for said act. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share the video if you like and hit that membership because when you do requests like this come true, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.